Good evening. It's Thursday night, so that means it's time for another Football Manager stream. Those of you who joined us on Tuesday would have seen that we had an absolutely awful run of form, losing 3 consecutive games in the league, and I think all we'd managed was maybe 1 win all night. It was an absolute shocker, but hoping that we can turn things around tonight. We've got mains up first, and we've got a few Champions. Sorry, it's not Champions League. We're not that advanced. It is a few Conference League games and some cup games. So hopefully something for us to grab a bit of form with. But I found in Sweden it just wasn't that easy. But this team they're still adapting, I think. It's that kind of sloppiness that does not help. We've conceded the first goal here. This is dire. Oh, on FM 19 and 21, okay. Oh my god. We're 2-0 down at home. This is... Well, when I put the stream title, "Are we getting sacked?" I kind of put that a little bit tongue-in-cheek. Clickbait, you could call it. But we might be getting sacked here. And the board haven't yet given me... haven't yet sounded me out about that or told me that my performance isn't good enough. But my god, we are struggling. What can we do to change this? I wonder if you go to a 4-2-3-1. Let's widen the attack and pick up the tempo a bit. And we'll see if a change does something helpful there. As you can see, we're we're not doing great. This was one that I really think we should be winning, and we're struggling with that. Although we've managed to snatch one back. Bit of a change in formation seems to have worked wonders there. Nothing I do tactic-wise works. It just doesn't understand my genius. I mean, that's exactly what I'm thinking as well. Come on, get that ball in the box. Oh, I mean, I don't think that's a penalty. I'm not sure whether that was inside the box in the first instance, but no, okay. And we are on a horrible run of form here. That's 4 league losses in a row. I won't throw the water bottle. But they absolutely need to know I'm not impressed. And as you can see, media has me predicted for 3rd. I should be way up the other end of the table here. So, time to make some changes. So, I think we go 4-2-3-1. I think that's the way we've got to go. We're going to try to be just a little bit wider because of all of the narrow formations we've played against. We will up the tempo a bit. I'm going to drop the press. We're going to press high, but slightly less often, and see how that works. But I think, yeah, we do need to up that tempo a bit. I may even up it even further, depending on how things go. Yeah, it clouds that argument, doesn't it, around who is the best manager? Because I think it's hard to pick any one. Thank goodness for that. We've actually taken the lead. I think we can all agree, though, that Pep doesn't deserve to be part of this conversation at all. Just because you've managed 3 of the richest teams in world football and had a bit of success with them does not make you a great manager. Okay, we've been better in this second half. And how have we not scored there? Honestly, I don't know if that's... And it's just lazy from Hardy there. Complacent, perhaps? But you should be putting your foot through that. Absolutely should. You're forgiven. So, Simon, you are forgiven. And I've just noticed Hildebrand is carrying an injury, so let's get him off. Well, at least we've made something of our domination so far in this match. And Cho gets another one. Less so in Barca's case, but far and away the richest clubs in the league, far and away the clubs with the most quality already in the side. I do think it weakens the argument for him. I don't think there's a single manager who would have succeeded. I genuinely don't. It was such a rebuild that was needed. It wasn't just, new manager coming in, new culture, etc. It was a case of whole squad rebuild because age was affecting a number of the players. And we've got a goal at last. Well done, Burke Holt. You absolute beauty. Yeah, so you had to rebuild the squad. It was an aging squad. It definitely needed an overhaul, a refresh. Unless there was some form of success coming during that transitional period, I'm not sure he would have got the time. And that's why it was always something of a poison chalice, wasn't it? So how's everyone else doing on this Thursday night? Any other managers we want to throw into the mix for best ever? We've had 2 shots. That's not good. That's really poor. 2 changes. I don't know if we go to extra time or whether it's straight to penalties in this competition, but rather not do extra time if we can avoid it. So we're going to go attacking. And let's demand more. It's extra time. That's not good. Famous quote from him: "You can fix a broken nose, but if you let someone score a goal, you can't fix your pride." Yeah, I mean that's pretty fair. And it must be pretty much universal that we all have moments in our life that embarrass us so much that broke our pride that badly that, just completely unsolicited, that thought just comes to the front of your mind and it wakes you up or stops you going to sleep or something along those lines. So yeah, I mean, I kind of understand that. That's impossible to get rid of. Sometimes you see people. Van Dijk is a better defender than Vidic or Rio. Oh, that's a tricky one, isn't it? I mean, I don't think you can argue that Van Dijk is not an impressive defender. He's got absolutely all of the attributes. He's big, he's quick, he's good on the ball, and I think he's very smart as a defender. But I'm afraid the correct answer for who is the best ever centre-back is obviously Steve Bruce. A Gillingham legend and a Man United legend. I think, yeah, longevity. That's another argument against Van Dijk, but I don't see any reason why he can't still be at the top in 5-6 years. And then I think that's a very valid claim, but he's definitely a top defender. For me, it's Messi. Oh God, Paolo Maldini would take that hands down. His ability to time a tackle exactly as it needed to be was something I don't think we've seen before or will see again. We are 1-0 up, and we are absolutely dominating Stuttgart here. We just need to start scoring more goals to make it worthwhile. I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm pretty tired after it's getting up at 5:30. I think I'm too old for it these days. And yeah, that looked offside to me. Oh, you're talking about original Ronaldo, aren't you? I know you are talking about Cristiano, aren't you? That was around the time he joined you in the first place. Yeah. David Beckham. And the reason I'm going to ask about this is because I didn't read the article, but I probably should have done. But I saw something that said David Beckham was underrated. Now, I'm not sure I can get on board with that level of thinking because I think he was massively hyped. I'm not going to say he was overrated because I massively admired him as a footballer. A lot of the attention he got was more for his style and looks, wasn't it? But was Beckham overrated in your opinion? I don't think he was. I think he was as good a player. And wow, I'm still not convinced that's gone over the line. But we are 1-0 up. Yeah, I genuinely can't look back at the likes of David Beckham with any sense of proportionality. Some of it is going to be ruined by the fact that the quality of the picture that they see him playing on isn't going to be as good as what they see Messi, Ronaldo, etc. playing on today. So automatically in their head that's saying, oh, it's not as good. And I've had that myself. I've looked back at players from the 60s, 70s, George Best, for example, and thought, he's not as good as the current crop, but some of that is going to be the quality of the picture, isn't it? I mean, Ronaldo is obviously one of the best ever. No two ways about it, and just conceded a goal a little bit unnecessarily there. They've not really produced much, but they've gone and scored a goal anyway. But yeah, I don't think we ever saw the best of Ronaldo in the Premier League. He was very, very good when he was here, but I think that we saw the best of him at Real. Yeah, Wayne Rooney. Again, a different style of player. But yeah, deserves to be in that conversation. And my God, what have we just witnessed there? Well, they deserve to be berated for that. Well, we should have won that. We've definitely been better tonight. We just need to score the goals. Once they start flowing, I think we're going to start scaling that league very quickly. You mentioned Man United, you get clicks. We should have won that. It's what I feel with Gillingham. If I was going to a 30, 40,000 seat stadium that was packed out every week, I probably wouldn't feel anywhere near as part of it as I do in, a crowd of 4, 5, 6,000. Not without something drastic. And we are having a pretty slow game with Leverkusen until we concede. Neither team's really created much. Curry, Burkholt, come on. Get him back in there. Oh yeah, I absolutely agree. I think fan ownership would be good, but again, for the reasons I've mentioned, I don't see it happening. There's not enough of a driver to make it happen. there's no driving force behind it. Say, okay, this is absolutely imperative, so it probably won't happen. If clubs start going under, maybe. Come on. Oh, we need to just hold on to this with everything we've got. And football is being taken further and further and further away from the fans, as we talked about these overseas friendlies, which are just for the Americans, are just for Koreans, are just for the Japanese fans, but they're not the fans who turn up week in, week out. The endless changing of football, the times and dates of football matches to suit television, that's not for the fans, that's money for the clubs, that's why it's done. All of these are fantastic reasons for us to change the system, but there's no, like I say, there's no driving force. No one needs it to happen. And while the people with the money are in control, they certainly don't need it to happen, because they'll lose their place on the gravy train, won't they? Oh, come on. So I've got 3 more emote slots to fill. So if you think of any ideas, I was actually thinking I probably would like one for raids. So I've no idea what that will look like. Come on, Burkholt. And the change does exactly what we hoped the change would do. Lovely stuff. But the thing is, Cho has scored plenty of goals. Cho has scored a ton of goals, but he's getting no support from anywhere else. So every time he doesn't score a goal, it just highlights it for me. Well, it's another win. Maybe we're not so bad as a team after all. Oh, okay. Eggs, chickens hatched. Let's just calm ourselves down there. But again, it's another goal that's come from absolutely nothing. Ah, no. Okay. No, I'm going to have to look this up to probably after the stream. Who on earth is this dolphin man? And Cho has scored, but I'm worried he's offside there. I don't see how he's not offside. Yep. Promising though. Yeah, exactly. It was just the randomness of the emotes that you had from him just inspired us to go with a random theme as well. And well, I couldn't be happier with the results. Unlike that result, I just disconnect. Yeah, see, this is, I mean, like I said earlier, it's been a long time since I've tried a wireless mouse, but I found that happened far too often and I could not work it out. Only works with VAR. Yeah, it would make sense to have regional leagues, wouldn't it? Yeah, and of course you're competing with sports that are far more popular. I mean, what is football? Fourth, fifth, sixth? I mean, in terms of popularity, and I don't know how you necessarily measure that, is it by attendance or viewership on television or something, but it's probably not particularly high up, is it? So, yeah, you've got to go some to keep them interested, and when they've got to drive for an hour and a half to get to training, get to games, probably up against it there. I didn't sign Solanke, he was already here. As soon as I arrived at the club, I marked him as the player that I needed to get rid of. His ability is nowhere near the rest of the team. I have no idea how he ended up at Hertha Berlin. We're still 8 points away from the Champions League places, but over the course of the 20 games we've still got to play, we have a chance. We need some good form, but we have a chance. The board are still not thrilled with how we're doing. And the supporters not happy with me at all. Oh, God. Oh, so, okay, well. I wasn't... Well, I suppose I was expecting this to an extent. Right. Haven't been making the best decisions lately and we're struggling as a result. Well, that's nonsense because we've actually got a lot better. Not changing tactic because the new tactic we have is improving us. I'm not going to blame the players. That seems like a bad idea. Although that's what I want to say. It's you lot. I'm a tactical genius. It's your fault you're not doing things properly. That feels combative. Okay, perfect. That's a good answer. Oof, okay, well, I feel like we turned that around. Not everyone was delighted with that, but we'll just have to move on. Oh, God. Well, we could be ending the stream no longer as Hertha manager. Oh, dear. Having had the team tell me they don't like me anymore, and the press are being briefed that I'm potentially on my way out. Feels like there's a lot of pressure on this match. Though he is only 18. Okay, tell them they're not good enough and hope they go out and do better. It's probably worth paying full price just to be confident in what you're ordering. Cho now, and that's a goal. Come on. That's just what we needed. Almost every goal I've seen us concede tonight has been as a result of us losing the ball. I don't know. I was busy looking at your mouse, and I'm not quite sure what happened there. I just saw that turn to see the ball trickling over the line. So Cho, through for Door. Well, I mean, it's an audacious chip. I don't know how it got over the goalkeeper, but that's two. And we might keep our job for another game. Whenever my wife wants to buy something online, I have to make sure that I'm aware or I've heard of the website. I have to do a bit of research because she'll quite happily go and buy stuff from websites without checking them out. And thank God that was disallowed because I was getting a little bit scared for the last 10 minutes there. We need to get those emotes out into the wider world. And that's 3. And I'm hoping that's the sort of result that the board and the fans sit up and take notice of, because we're doing this away from home with all of the pressure that's been put on us, and we've moved up to 9th with that. The supporters still hate me, and I don't think they're ever going to stop hating me. Although they are hopeful that I might be able to turn it around. We finish at the 9th, so we've moved up 6 places. We're away from the relegation zone, and we are now in a position where we can potentially start putting pressure on the European spots, which will hopefully get the board off my back and eventually might get the supporters on my side. Well, once again, it's been a pleasure. Ashwin, so glad you could join us. I hope your mouse problem's fixed sooner rather than later. And Chief, mate, the entertainment is always high level. And I can't wait to get those next 2 emotes up on the stream because, well, I mean, they're just incredible. You're quite the artist. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you all next week.